thoughts on the Florida trip? I mean, some tight games all the way through, but did you come away feeling good about your team after that?
Oh yeah, we've got a lot of growth left. We got to improve in a lot of areas. The two teams that we've lost to are very good teams. As I said before, North Dakota State is very good. Georgia Southern is very good, and we had opportunities. Poor decision making, poor offense hurt us a lot of times, but we've done some good things. I talked about players getting in rhythm and the team getting in rhythm. You got to realize that Ronnie's still getting in rhythm. Alize Johnson missed six weeks, and we've got to get some things figured out. But guys are working hard. They're trying to do what we're asking them to do, and I thought we learned a lot about ourselves.
Did you finally get some rest?
Did. You know, we gave them Saturday off, and it was really, we all needed that. After the game Friday night, we gave them Saturday off, and they had about 36 hours off. We brought them back last night and had a good practice, and then we've got to have another good one today.
What are you looking at with Colorado State? What kind of team is this, and what kind of challenges will they
They're a
give us?
winner. They're a winning program, and that's what they've been in the Mountain West. I believe NIT last year, right on the brink of the NCAA tournament. Tremendous rebounding program, tremendous defensive program. Keep it pretty simple on the offensive end. So they've got some very good players. They've got good bodies. It'll be a great challenge for us.
Jared Dixon continues to develop kind of the outside shot going lately.
Well, I think overall that went in, and that's a bonus. But there's no secret that he hasn't played up to where we think he can play or that he expects to play. But sometimes guys do that early in the season. If you look back at him even a year ago, it took him a while to get going, but thought he strung together a better performance, a couple good performances, and then his best performance against Florida Atlantic that third day down there in Florida, and then the other night against Evangel, the ball went in the hole. But we need him and Jared Rhodes finding their rhythm. But as I said, we're working on, there's the individual rhythm and then there's the team rhythm. And now JD will be predominantly playing the point if Ronnie's out, and that changes things. But we need him to produce for us.
What is it with him that you feel like right now as a veteran player in his career that maybe from a coaching standpoint you guys need to develop the most?
It's everything.
Okay.
And that's not a negative thing about him, but yet it's, you know, he's starting his junior year, and we expect a lot from him. Whether it's moving him around, playing the point, getting us into office, making good decisions, whether it's on the defensive end, continuing to improve there. It's all of those things, and whether it's on the practice floor, coming out with the right mindset. I think you depend on all of those upperclassmen to do those things. As we talked about the other night after the Evangel game, it's finals. It's been a very tough stretch of games and travel. You can see it on guys that are new in the program. It's hard. This time of the year is hard, but that's where you need your veterans to step up and bust through that wall. Whether it's the academics, whether it's the practice, whether it's the travel. We've got some big ones coming up. Colorado State, and we've got to go to the Dakotas on a very difficult stretch. But you've got to have your mind right. You got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your academics. You got to take care of the scouting report. It's all of those things that we're looking for from a guy like Jared and some upperclassmen.
Speaking of upperclassmen, Alize, how did he handle the 3 days and 3 games and then come back with?
You know, I think he was good. I think that his legs still aren't under him, and I think he's probably pressing a little bit, but he did good things. He's always going to play hard. He's just a better offensive player than he's shown. But that's going to come. It's going to come for him. He's going to make shots. He's going to make good decisions. He turned it over too much down there. He'll tell you that he did that. But the 3 days in a row, all the minutes, it's good for him. As I said, it's gonna take him a little bit of time to get to where he needs to get after missing all of those practices. But he's doing fine.
You've been able to keep an eye on the rest of the conference through this first part of the season. What have you thought about that?
I was asked that. Today by another radio interview, and I watched Indiana State the other night on my phone against Ball State, and I watched Illinois State early when they were on TV, and then I got to catch Northern Iowa a couple times, but not a ton. I know our league's doing well. A lot of times you follow the guys that you've played. Obviously, we watched Western Kentucky last week. They had a good week. But I know that the league's off to a pretty good start. So that's a positive thing.
And you always want to win, but how much is it? How important is it for you guys to be playing your best ball late? Because you've been talking about how your team's just going to get better and better throughout the year.
Well, it's a couple weeks ago, Virginia Tech lost a game to SLU, who's much improved, but Virginia Tech didn't look like you had expected them. But then they bounced back. The season's not over after a loss, nor has your season been made after a win. There's a lot of basketball left to be played, and you have to continue to play and get better. But we want to win all of our games. I think the last stretch for us was very good. Now we have to take those things that we did the right way and continue to build on them, and the things that we've got to fix, that's what you got to fix. That's what coaching is. You fix the things that need to be fixed, and our guys have to be actively engaged in that as well. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Bob.